What if Drake just dropped the most embarrassing moment of his career and doesn't even know it? On April 1st, 2025, the rap giant unleashed Nokia, a music video meant to flip the script on Kendrick Lamar and reclaim his spot at the top. After a year of getting torched in their beef, Drake needed to win something bold, something undeniable. Instead, he's got fans buzzing and haters cackling for all the wrong reasons. Picture this: retro vibes, slick visuals, and a not-so-subtle jab at his rival, all wrapped in a package that's supposed to scream comeback. But the whispers are growing louder. Did he just hand Kendrick another victory without even swinging? This isn't just about a song or a video. It's about a legacy teetering on the edge. Kendrick's been untouchable in 2025, racking up Grammys and owning the Super Bowl, while Drake's been scrambling to keep pace. Now, with Nokia, he's betting big on a move that's either genius or a total flop. The stakes: his cred, his fan base, and maybe his whole career. We're diving deep into this wild mess: lawsuits, copycat claims, and a bizarre the twist that's got everyone talking. Is Drake fighting back, or just flailing? Stick around as we unpack the chaos and figure out if this is the end of an era, the spark of something nobody sees coming. Drake's Nokia video landed on April 1st, 2025, like a time capsule with a vengeance. It's all early 2000s nostalgia flip phones, grainy black and white filters, and dancers pulling moves that'd make your uncle proud. Starring NBA's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's a slick flex from the Toronto Kingpin, but the real juice is in the subtext. This isn't just a track, it's a swing at Kendrick Lamar. The Owls Drake's OVO mascot stare down the camera. A direct flip of Kendrick's Not Like Us ending, where he caged one to trap Drake's ego. Here, 6 fly free, like he's breaking out. Fans are losing it, calling it a masterstroke to reclaim the narrative after a brutal year. They're hyping the genius of turning Kendrick's diss into his own taunt. But the vibe's off. Critics are already sniffing out desperation, less a comeback, more a jab that's landing soft. Released just yesterday, it's climbing charts fast, fueled by Drake's diehards, but the chatter's split. Some see a bold play to shift the beef's tide of the beef. Others see a guy clinging to relevance. The retro hook's cool, sure, but it's the Kendrick bait that's got tongues wagging. Did Drake think he'd outsmart his rival with this? Or did he just set himself up for another L? Either way, Nokia isn't Subtleland. That's where the trouble starts. Asterisk Kendrick Lamar's 2025 is a victory lap. Drake can't touch. Back in January, Not Like Us swept the Grammys' 5 wins, including Song of the Year and Record of the Year, turning a diss into a hip-hop monument. Then came Super Bowl 59 on February 9th in New Orleans. Kendrick owned it, SZA by his side, Serena Williams popping up to flex LA pride. He smirked through Not Like Us, name-dropping Drake to 120 million viewers. The crowd roaring as he danced on his rival's grave. It wasn't just a show, it was a coronation. While Kendrick basked in glory, Drake was tossing cash to fans in Melbourne, half a world away, like it had erased the scoreboard. Kendrick's not just winning the beef, he's rewriting the game. His November 2024 surprise drop, GNX, still echoes. And Not Like Us is a cultural juggernaut, every jab at Drake landing harder with time. The Super Bowl sealed it. Kendrick's the king, and Drake's a footnote in his story. No amount of nostalgia can outshine that. Kendrick's turned disses into anthems, stages into thrones, while Drake's stuck reacting. The gap's never been wider. Grammy Gold, halftime history, and a fan base that's eating it up. Drake needed Nokia to hit back, but Kendrick's shadow's too big. This isn't a rivalry anymore. It's a rout, and Kendrick's laughing all the way to the crown. Drake's not just fighting Kendrick with bars, he's taking it to court. In January 2025, he hit Universal Music Group with an 81-page lawsuit, claiming they juiced Not Like Us with bots and payola to make it a viral dagger. He's fuming over the false pedophile accusations, saying UMG trashed his rep for profit, picking Kendrick's side in the beef. It's a bold move. Drake's painting himself as a victim of a label conspiracy, not just a rap. LUMG didn't blink. In March, they fired back with a motion to dismiss. It's torching him. Drake lost a rap battle he provoked. They sneered, calling it a tantrum from a guy who can't handle defeat. As of April 2025, the case is simmering, no ruling yet. But it's a wildfire twist. Drake's not just mad at Kendrick, he's accusing the industry of rigging the game. Fans are split. Some see a warrior fighting the machine. Others see a sore loser grasping at straws. The paperwork's juicy, he claims. UMG's corporate greed endangered his safety, while they say he's just salty Kendrick won. It's a rare peek behind the curtain. Drake's betting big on this legal flex to shift the narrative. But if it flops, it's another embarrassment. Is he onto something real, or just crying foul to dodge the truth? Either way, this lawsuit's keeping the beef alive, and Drake's the one sweating. Then the stormed in, and the plot thickened. Right before Nokia dropped, Drake's hype man AK nabbed an interview with the "That's Pure Madness." The jealous of Kendrick's, Shine called him an industry puppet, handpicked to sync Drake with "Not Like Us." He's glowing as he rips Kendrick, then flips to gush. Drake's a million times better, like family, both crushed by a label plot. AK's grinning, steering the two-spin wild tails the NFL UMG, all propping up smaller artists like Kendrick to control the game. It's unhinged, and it's a mess. Ye's clout's fading, but he's tossing Drake a lifeline or a noose. Fans lap it up, swearing it's proof Kendrick's wins are fake. Hip-hop world's rolling its eyes hitching. Drake to Ye's rants looks desperate, not defiant. Ye's ranting about conspiracies, saying the Super Bowl was rigged to bury Drake, while AK nods like it's gospel. It's a bizarre flex. Drake's camp thinks this'll rally the troops, but it's backfiring. Ye's a loose cannon calling. Kendrick no hits when he's got classics is laughable, and tying Drake to this circus risks tanking his cred further. The interview's a viral train wreck, but not the win Drake needs. It's noise, not strategy. Ye's chaos might juice the base, but it's alienating everyone else. Drake wanted backup. He got a sideshow. And that's the problem. This isn't clever, it's cringe. Drake's fans are riding high, turning Nokia into their battle cry. They're flooding X, swearing the owls prove he's untouchable, hyping Ye's conspiracies like it's a smoking gun. The song's clawing toward the top 10, fueled by this cult-like frenzy. Diehards see a king reclaiming his throne. There, chanting genius at every owl flex, every SGA nod, convinced Drake's flipped the beef. But step outside that echo chamber, and it's a different tune. Hip-hop heads are roasting at Drake's not staging a coup. He's recycling Kendrick's playbook and praying it sticks. The video's a hit with the faithful, but as art, it's a dud. He had a shot to drop something fresh, something that'd stand tall, and instead he tied it to a feud he's already lost. That's not a flex, it's a plea. The disconnect. Stark fans see a mastermind, the world sees a guy scrambling. Nokia isn't winning hearts, it's preaching to the choir. Kendrick's Not Like Us shifted culture. It feels like a fan fiction sequel. Drake's bass is loud, sure, but the silence from everyone else is deafening. They're clinging to Ye's rants, pushing charts, but it's delusion dressed as victory. The reality. Hank's chasing a ghost, and the hip-hop world's moved on. This isn't a comeback, it's a bubble, and it's about to pop. So where's Drake headed now? Rumors are swirling about his next play, maybe a full album to snatch back his crown, or a final swing at Kendrick's legacy. Insiders say he's rattled. Kendrick's untouchable run from GNX in November 2024 to the Super Bowl has him shook. Nokia was supposed to shift the tide, but its floundering charts aside, it's not landing. Some whisper he'll double down on the victim act, suing more labels or spitting petty disses to keep the beef alive. Others bet he'll fade out, regrouping in silence after this mess. The alliance might juice the base, but it's a gamble. Tying himself to that chaos could sink him deeper. There's talk of a big drop, something raw to prove he's still got it. But the clock's ticking. Kendrick's throne's ironclad, and Drake's moves feel reactive, not bold. Speculation's rife. Could he pivot, ditch the beef, and reclaim his lane? Or is he too deep in this spiral to pull out? The lawsuit's still brewing. Fans are still hyping, but the vibe's off. He's at a crossroads. Go big or go quiet. If he's got a trick left, it better be a banger. Another Nokia won't cut it.
Yep.
The hip-hop world's watching, half expecting a flop, half hoping for a twist. Whatever's next. Drake's running out of runway, and Kendrick's not waiting around to see it. This beef's bigger than bars, it's rewriting Drake's story. Kendrick's 2025 run isn't just a win, it's a blueprint. Dices into anthems, stages into crowns. Not Like Us didn't just sting Drake. It shifted hip-hop's gravity, planting Kendrick at the center. Drake's legacy, once untouchable, is cracking every move now, feels like a flinch, not a flex. Nokia was his shot to push back, but it's drowning in Kendrick's wake. Lawsuit, Ye's rants. The fan frenzy, it's all noise and a tale where Kendrick's already penned the end. Drake's not crafting hits, he's chasing shadows, and it shows. Kendrick's turned a rivalry into a rout, leaving Drake grasping at relevance. The shift's brutal. One's a king building history, the other's a star fading into it. But here's the curveball: Drake's chaos could be his fuel. If he channels this mess into something raw, something undeniable, he might claw back ground. Or he'll keep swinging at ghosts, and the gap'll widen. Kendrick's not budging. Super Bowl GNX's untouchable. Drake's Nokia flex feels small next to that, a footnote in a saga he can't rewrite. The hip-hop world's split. Some mourn Drake's slide, others cheer Kendrick's rise. This isn't just beef, it's a torch passing, whether Drake admits it or not. The question lingers, can he flip this, or is his reign done? Drake wanted Nokia to be his mic drop, a defiant jab at Kendrick and the industry that's crowned him king. Instead, it's a spotlight on his cracks. Copying. His rival suing his label, leaning on Ye's fading star. Kendrick's out there reshaping hip-hop, while Drake's stuck remixing it. The real sting, this might not be rock bottom. If he keeps chasing this beef, he could bury himself deeper than Kendrick ever could. Lawsuit flops, fan delusions, and all Nokia isn't a win. It's a plea dressed as a flex, and the hip-hop world's laughing. Kendrick's not like us, rewrote the rules. Drake's just scribbling in the margins. But here's the twist. What if this chaos is his spark? A guy this cornered might just pull something wild, drop a banger, ditch the beef, and flip the script, or he'll flail, and Kendrick's shadow swallow him whole. The fans are loud, the charts are climbing, but the cred's slipping. Drake's fighting a war he's already lost, and it's showing. Ye's rants won't save him, and the lawsuit's a long shot. So what's it gonna be? Is Drake digging his grave, or brewing a comeback nobody sees coming? This mess could end him, or it could light a fire. Kendrick's not sweating it, he's too busy ruling. Drake's next move better hit hard, or he's just noise in a king story. What? Do you think done or rising?